Today we have had a complete role reversal. Somebody who used to be behind the camera is today in front of the camera for a change. And we have today Uday Kinjawadekar, known as AABwali, on Marvin Talks, which is a very rare occasion that he is in front of the camera. We've seen him behind the camera, we've seen him shooting, speaking, interviewing people. But this is, I think, the first time you are on a podcast, and
maybe the first time entirely on a podcast.
I'm so happy to have you.
Same here. I'm too happy that I'm getting interviewed.
So, how does it feel to sit stable and to answer questions, because you are always on the move with all about
very
Belgaum?
Uncomfortable.
You're very uncomfortable.
I don't like it. I always prefer to be behind the camera. Just enjoy life. Behind the camera is far more better than sitting in front of.
Right. How did this, the entire thing happen? About it, it has been a phenomenon. All About Belgaum is a phenomenon, and the single person behind the success or the integrity and the credibility of All About Belgaum is Uday Kinjawadekar, and people know that. I want to trace the roots of Uday Kinjawadekar from his education. St. Paul's.
St. Paul's is one.
Yeah.
After that.
How did St. Paul shape you?
St. Paul shaped me in a good way. I was not active in sports, but there was an orating competition every year. Everybody had to take part. Everybody. It was compulsory.
Okay.
And to win, I said, let's do a jugaad.
Yeah.
Because there were people very good in speaking English. I said I was good at Hindi, so I started taking part in Hindi elocution competition, where the number of participants were less.
Competition was less.
So I thought that this is a good way to do it. So that is where I've been orating since standard 5. Everybody has to do it.
So you were in the oratory club, and
there's no love then, but every year we had to take part in that oration competition.
Okay.
And I was doing that.
Okay.
So nothing great.
You used to read a lot for that.
Nothing at all.
Prepare.
Nothing at all. Not even then, not even now.
How would you prepare?
Just read it once, whatever it is, and that's it.
Okay. And then I've heard a lot from Shetty sir about your stint in BBA. And he used to be like, he has been my colleague way back. So he used to tell me that Uday used to do this and that, and a lot of events and activities in your BBA.
The BBA journey was totally different. I was doing my PUC 1 and 2. Then by default, I was doing my BCom 1.
Yeah.
In PUC 1 and 2 and BCom 1, I was taking part in a lot of youth festivals.
Okay, that's in Gokte College.
Gokte College.
Okay.
BCom 1, I did about 3 Marathi dramas also at the same time.
Marathi dramas?
Yes.
How did that came into it?
There were friends who came and said, we want to do a Marathi drama, let's do it. I said, okay, let's do it.
You remember which was that?
Rakt Ki Prem. I think Yuvraj Yadav from RPD college had come to direct that, and we had to present it in RPD only.
Okay.
My original stint in that play was about 1 minute.
Okay.
But on the day of the play, I had acted for 17 minutes because the others were not able to perform what they had to do.
So you did their roles?
Yeah, I did about 7-8 roles that day.
My God.
So I'm not sure how I did that.
I can trace how All About Belgaum.
It was just, trying to get in those boots and making that thing happen.
Okay.
But that is why I did it. And BCom 1, my studies were very bad. Business communication in BCom 1, I got 35.
Barely passed.
And that is when Shetty sir had told me, Uday, we are doing that BBA new course. You have to do it.
I remember BBA was a very hip and happening course that
BBA,
time.
we are the first Bakras.
Batch.
First batch of BBA is ours. Okay. So that was in 1997.
Okay.
And I decided to shift because I was not doing good.
Okay.
And somehow Shetty sir had told my dad that BBA is starting. And my dad in one go said that you leave BCom and going to do BBA.
Okay.
And I said, I'm happy.
Okay. Anything related to business, you were happy?
I was more happy because I'm still not shown the BCom 1 marks card. It is still with my friend, who is now a CA, but he has kept my marks card with him.
Does he audit your company?
Yes, he does that. So this is how I said that, okay, let's shift and do BBA.
Okay.
The BBA, I was the person who went to impressions, got the prospectus.
Oh.
I was behind that fellow to get it printed. 3 times I visited, then I got them, gave it to Shetty sir and said, sir, 001 is mine, I'm not paying. And he said, yes, te tuja ghyun tak. So that is how I take the prospectus. I shown that. He said, fill it up and pay the
get
fees.
enrolled.
There was no
Okay.
doubt in that. My brother was not happy with this decision. He said that you do BCom, you'll do an MBA. I was like, I'm not interested in MBA. Let's do a BBA. So this is
You
where
could always do it after BBA as well.
that was never in thought. But I said, okay, let's do BBA. And in BBA, then it was a different story. There were new friends. There were 15 boys and 15 girls, and it was a totally different story altogether.
I think that time it was more of a business class people, business families who.
Everybody was there. Everybody was there. And out of the 30 students in our batch, I'm in touch with all those 30.
Oh, wow.
Even today.
Wow.
So in one go, I can send a message to all the 30 that anything is happening with us group. So we are still connected, and that is how we are.
So how did you rock your BBA stint? Were there again competitions, fests?
There was only one fest in the last year. So first 2 years there was no fest. Last year there was one fest in Dharwad where I did go. We did win. I did some jugards and we did win. Then there was one more competition, youth festivals, the KOD youth festivals that happened every year. I took part from BBA, and I should tell Shetty sir, one act play and mine is mine. Everything else go to Gotegalak.
We never saw you on stage after All About Belgaum came up. I think you should start.
That's
again.
all before that. So all the nataks that were there were in college times.
Okay.
Then there was one fest that happened in by Rotaract Club was done in Mahir Bhavan, I think.
Okay.
There also we won the general championship. The one act play we selected. I was the dance director. Everything I did. And once that act was done, everybody, all the college professors came and told me, who did this, because everything was there. There was fire on the stage, there was water on the stage, there was A.R. Rahman on the stage.
VFX kind of.
I did everything that was possible for one act play, and as soon as it was over, everybody said, you have won the championship.
Did you?
Yes, we did.
Wow. Good.
We did.
Good. Was that the seed for doing something different in media?
I'm not sure if the media thing wasn't there in my mind. The only thing that was there in my house, then only dad used to see news channels, and I never liked to watch serials. So one point was I was always watching news channels. So maybe back of the mind that thing was just revolving.
You loved the news channel concept.
When it was in Doordarshan, I was seeing that. When CNN came, Gulf War, I was seeing that.
NDTV came after
then
that.
NDTV, Aaj Tak guys came. I was seeing that because dad used to see that, we used to see that.
Yeah.
And I was happy seeing that. I never complained. I never complained. So maybe that was one seeding that happened. Maybe unknowingly.
But then you went the family way, like, how the family told you to do and sit in the shop and start your career.
It was fixed. I knew what I had to do. So when I was joining PUC1, I knew that I had to sit in the shop. So I said, there's no art. Okay, let's sit in the shop. So I was doing BCom. Then I said, let's do BBA.
And it was a very unique shop, I remember for decades.
Yeah,
our family is also buying from
shop
your
was opened in 1972. Dad took a very bold decision then.
Right.
To open a branded store in 1972. We were the first in Karnataka to open one.
Okay.
After that, the Bangalore stores came up.
Okay.
So it was a bold step at that time, but he took that step. He was very bold in doing all those things then.
I think that was the same time my father also started in Khade Bazaar. So Khade Bazaar was different that time.
Very
totally,
different,
you
very
must
different.
have
Yes.
seen all those old,
A little bit. I was
charm.
very small then, but remember a few things. Not many, but a few. My brother remembers all those things. He was quite about 4-5 years old then.
Yeah.
So he remembers a lot. I don't. But that's
we remember, me and my brother, because we have literally grown up,
obviously
coming to the shop almost every day and seeing Chaya Cafe and all that part. Okay, coming to the next, like, when did All About Belgaum? I'm sure it didn't start as All About Belgaum, right?
All about, first I started after doing my BBA. There was a cyber cafe that opened up in Lokande complex. And those guys had money, they just opened a cyber cafe. They did not know what was a browser, how to check an email, nothing.
Those were dial-up connection days.
Those were dial-up connection days. Then I set up the dial-up connection. I enabled it just to check my email that nobody used to send me. But that is how I started going there. And eventually there, they said that we should do some website for Belgaum.
Okay.
Then I started with belgaumhelpline.com.
Oh, yes.
Then I took a very book, HTML book, and tried to learn. But without the book only I was able to do it better. So we designed it in HTML then. That was 2002, I guess, or 2001.
Okay.
So we designed the belgaumhelpline.com, which died in 2 months
Why?
because monetization was not happening.
Okay.
Getting news was not happening, and I was not able to give 100%. I had to come there and do all those things. So it was gonna die, it died. So it all was, maybe behind the mind. 2007 on August 7th, I decided, it was raining, I still remember, what to do now. Then I said, let's start a blog. Then what to write? Everybody writes personally. I said, nothing about personal, let's write about the city. So I started belgaumblog.blogspot.com.
Belgaum blog on Blogspot. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, on Blogspot. So that is how I started.
Okay.
Then there were only 2 readers. One was my CA friend and my brother.
Who has your marks card?
Yes, who has my marks card even now. So what happens is
So
these.
CA friend, if you're watching this episode,
No,
please bring the marks card.
Hey, he has even books of mine during those. I never wrote any notes.
Okay.
So it was all like that.
So he and your brother, there were 2 readers.
There were 2 readers.
Enough.
And enough. I just wrote one story. That is what just I saw what was happening. I just wrote it about what 5 lines, one
Is
paragraph.
that blog still active?
No, we just shifted it.
Okay.
The blog is still there. The contents are still there, but we have just shifted.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, 3 or more people started seeing that. I was just doing it one story a day. Something that I was seeing personally, like what was happening in Dharmi Sambhaji Chowk.
Okay.
I think Nucleus Mall was getting built then. Kapil was broken down. So Kapil is getting down and a new mall is coming. The first mall is coming. I think that was the first story. Then I wrote about Big Bazaar was going to come then.
Yeah.
So I wrote that stories. And my brother, called me up and said, I did not know this was happening.
Okay.
So you're on track.
These were not stories which used to be generally published in newspapers.
Yes.
Because
So,
these are long format stories.
these are long format stories, but people wanted to know what was happening in the city. And then now there are so many websites, so many pages. But in 2007, it was hardly anything there.
Right.
So maybe I had that first advantage there.
First movers.
So first movers advantage. Then we started with the blog. Then we went to belgaumblog.com.
Okay.
Adil
That was a
Banduk-
website.
It was a website. Adil Bandukwala called up just by finding my website on Google and said that I will redesign your site on my own and give it to you. Just do it. I said, okay, you want to do it, you do it.
Right.
Then he designed it as belgaumblog.com.
Okay.
Then we had a lot of server issues for Belgaum blog. Then he said that we will not be able to get back that Belgaum blog. What to do next? The Belgaum blog had a tagline which was all about Belgaum.
Oh.
Then I said, let's shift to tagline.
Okay.
Then the tagline all about Belgaum became the original website.
So the meta description became the title.
This is how things kept
We
on
didn't
changing.
know this, okay?
This happened, I think, in 2009 or 10. Somewhere in 2009, I believe. So we had to shift to all about Belgaum. Since then, there are 2 people like Sandeep Hegde and Adil Bandukwala, who does not do designing now, but is still there. And Sandeep now takes care of my designing part.
Very
and
nice.
I do the redesigning part every day in the normal stuff.
That's
every day.
amazing because I remember somehow I came across in 2009 only I came across all about Belgaum and I searched and I found your email. Then I wrote to you. I didn't know where you were sitting. Who is Uday? What is his surname? Nothing. I just sent a cold email saying, can I write? And you said, send it. I sent and the first story which I wrote again was of the Big Bazaar.
Okay. The escalator and I remember that.
You know,
right?
the first experience of having a proper mall experience
Very
in
true,
Belgaum.
Very true.
So that was somewhere in 2009 and I think I've had a great stint on all about Belgaum, writing hundreds of stories, doing interviews and what not we did.
We did. It was all your part. You used to search so many people.
For almost 15 years now.
17 years, 2007.
No, I am writing for 15,
For 15 years, yes,
now.
you have been writing for 15
Yeah,
years.
but I've seen it grow exponentially and I want to harp more on the credibility part of it. How did you build that? Because you have a very, very strong voice. You don't budge before any pressure. And if it's an all about Belgaum, it's credible. People repose so much trust. How? I'm sure it's not
It's
easy.
sheer ignorance. Arrogance is what it is. People call me arrogant because people send me something. I said, I can't publish this. Then they said, sir, everybody has published. I don't publish.
Yeah.
Then that arrogance is, ये बहुत आकड़ू है.
I wouldn't call it arrogance. I call it assertiveness.
Maybe, but for me, I take it because I didn't see. Even there are days maybe the past 4 or 5 days were like this. There were so many news bites were coming in, but I did not publish a single news bite on the website. Facebook page and Instagram we did small snippets, but the website I did not, because it did not get any information which I felt like I should share. So that feeling to share is still there. So one day that stops, everything stops. So I don't like anything, I don't post it.
So initially on All About Belgaum, you started posting yourself.
Yes, whatever I see, and it was basically whatever I see, then whatever I read, then I read something in the newspaper, then it was a standard format for the newspapers, they cannot change.
Yeah.
So I said I can go a bit behind and forward and see what is there. Then I started to do that. Then
Because it is still your personal website.
it is still my personal website.
So
People like you just contribute. You have been the biggest contribution.
You hold complete autonomy on its content, and unless
100%.
you are clear and
Unless I'm clear, I
sure,
don't
you
publish.
never publish.
Nothing. Even the advertisements that we publish a few advertisements on the Insta. Even there, I am very arrogant that this is not will not publish this.
That too, you recently started that.
Yeah, I think we were very late in monetizing the website itself, because I never knew that there was something like Google Ads.
Okay.
We realized that there was something like Google Ads 6 years later.
Okay.
2013 or 14, I applied for Google Ads in the morning. Evening, I got an email that your Google Ads has been approved. You can start.
You're lucky. It is not easy.
It doesn't happen now. It doesn't happen now.
happen.
It doesn't happen now. Then the same thing for YouTube. My YouTube channel is a bit lethargic. No updates on that. But even then, I got live and monetization enabled for 1,000 followers.
Right.
I think that doesn't happen right now. So I was quite lucky.
But All About Belgaum is
332 followers on Facebook, about
followers.
90,000 about on Instagram. We just have a WhatsApp channel. We just crossed 5,000 on a WhatsApp channel.
So having 3.5 lakh followers is huge.
Maybe huge to just as
For a
number.
news channel, for entertainment, for humor.
Yeah, because
I have no passion.
Because again, my news is only related to Belgavi city.
Yeah.
Two more,
lot of
and
limitations.
some important maybe in the district, but it's all limited to Belgavi.
But I've seen that if it has nothing to do with Belgaum, you won't.
I don't publish. There should be some connect. So if Swati has won an Oscar,
is she from Belgavi?
Yes, that is the key. If there is one connection, then I establish that connection and we publish.
Have you faced pressure from the who's who? I'm sure, without naming names.
Earlier times, I think we had one incident where there was some kind of pressure, but I said, what I have written is false.
Yeah.
I'm ready to apologize. Is it false? They said no. Then I said, what is the point in talking on this?
Were there threats?
No. There were...
to put or to remove some or either of
to
it.
put or to remove, there are threats. What happens is, because you are so close-knit in the city, everybody knows about Belgavi. So, just take an example. There was a fire incident, okay? A fire incident, everybody showed it as, with mirch and masala. I said, there was a fire. The video, about 40-30 seconds. No casualties were reported. Details are awaited. This is what I post.
It's a reportage kind of.
Just simple, nothing else.
Without opinion, without
no opinions,
masala.
Nothing. What happens is they try to call me and say, remove that. Why should I? It is in public domain.
Yeah.
I said, ask everybody else to remove that. Who has put mirch masala? They said 5 people have died. I said I know that there were no 5 people inside. So I did not write that, but they don't want to go there. They want to pressurize me, and it comes from all levels. From he's a polite, so they call some polite. So he Gokte, they call like this. But I said, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
See, I'm not making any allegations. I'm against making any stories which are allegation based.
Right.
In the first place. So what is happening. You have to report it that way.
Yeah.
And report it that way and finish it off. Don't want to, what is your opinion on that? And this is what is happening in the entire media. Something happens, say, in Uttar Pradesh. And the local news reporters are told, you go into the streets and ask,
what do you feel about what happened?
It happened and you forget it. You see what is happening here. But I think that is how 24 news channels
that is how they grab eyeballs.
Yeah. Can't help.
You never resorted to those things.
I've never done that.
What do you feel, Ganeshotsav, the the Ganesh idols or the election and sports and these things, especially during COVID.
During COVID,
I remember
we
it played a major
we
role.
were very active.
Yeah.
And when I say we, this is very specific because Kiran Nipanikar was there with me.
You miss him a lot.
Yeah, because it was like Kiran used to go live even at night 1 o'clock, and I said, "Who went live at 1 o'clock?" And this bugger goes live at 1 o'clock, and just to it may be Christmas, it could be a small accident, it could be anything, and
But that is the USP that he used to be there. I remember him handling election coverage.
election coverage we
I
did that.
couldn't do that, picking people from all parties, all leaders.
Yeah,
are there.
we did
And he used to be neutral with everybody.
this election results. What member of parliament in Lok Sabha elections 2024? We were live for about 8.5 hours from my shop.
Even assembly election in 2023.
Assembly elections were about 6.5 hours, but we knew how to do that. But speaking for 6.5, my job then was only limited to getting data, analyzing.
You were
putting
giving
it forward.
real-time data. I didn't even bother to check on the election
Because
commission. It was showing
he
on
was
yours.
only speaking, then I used to go in the background, check the data.
And you were showing the screen of the EC.
Yes, on the ECI website. We were trying to do whatever we could be possibly doing, we did. Nothing else.
Even the festivals, what you show. Every festival of all religions.
We have covered every festival.
You've covered, yeah.
Right from the Holy Cross.
Yeah, I saw that.
To the Holy Cross was covered. This was just an old story. The first photo, the photo that was shared was taken in 2011, I guess.
Okay.
I had sent a friend to particularly go there, and he said, "What a place it is! I
Which
never
your
knew
place,
that."
no, Nandgarh?
Nandgarh is my place, by the way. Yes.
So you've been there.
I've been a lot
Many
times.
times.
Many
Then also we had the food, happening.
the food happening again. Food thing was going on for a while. I was eating a lot then, going out and eating. So you're just publishing whatever I had. Then Kiran was also doing, because he was in the hotel industry. He said, "Let's." He had a lot many plans to go visit hotels. I think we were able to do it in only one hotel. That was the Hidden Door. Where we were able to do a live session there.
Yeah.
That was a plan to go to all other restaurants and do that, but we were not able to do that.
A lot of initiatives in Belgaum bank upon you for support, and I think they have flourished. Be it literature, be it art, be it sports. I think a lot of those initiatives, you have given them an impetus.
That is what all about Belgaum should be, right?
But you are thoroughly with them. It's no holes barred. Like everything you give, you want this take, and that is something which I really like.
See, that is not because the mainline stream media will not be able to do that. And what is that? That is good happening for the city. Means you are doing a drama workshop or something like that. That is not going to come into mainline media. So helping them workshop, painting workshops, painters, we have done everything. Whatever I am able to know. There are so many things that I am still not able to know, but whatever I am able to know, right from Kalavkas right now to the dramas that are happening, the workshops that are happening, to the
health related
also there,
live that you're going
live. The first live, I don't remember where it was started. In the shop itself, we interviewed one doctor, and then Madhav Prabhu came in, and we did 3 or 4 live.
I've also done some live. You have such a small place behind your.
Yes, but we still do that.
We still do that, yeah. And I think a lot of live shows happen from there.
Many have happened from there.
You're just going when a customer comes and then coming back and the camera is set.
Yeah, that is why I decided that I don't speak. So 2 people are speaking.
Yeah, right.
So I can just put the camera and finish my work and come back.
So, and one more thing what is known about Uday is your Tuesday fixation.
Yeah, I'm a Tuesday guy. Everything is on Tuesday because
if it is on Tuesday, I'll come. If it's not on Tuesday, don't count me in.
All the colleges who call me for some talks, they now know about
everybody knows.
So they said, "Sir, it's a Tuesday." When they call me, then I said, "It's okay."
We are shooting on a Tuesday.
Again, we are shooting this on a Tuesday. So I'm by default a Tuesday guy, as my shop is closed, and
so you're so passionate that you don't want to close the shop for anything.
I think why that should close? I have been taking the responsibility and let it run.
But that's also another thing to note, that you are so dedicated to your business as well.
You have to be. I
Your
had no
father
option.
started.
I had no option. So maybe you can put it
Even
that
if
way.
you had an option, I think you have been steadfastly
I've been doing
managing
that.
it.
I'm used to it. If I don't do it, I'm not sure my day will go.
So that credibility also has increased a lot, because the shop
Possible.
is always there. You
Possible.
can
I'm
count
always there.
that it's there.
Anybody who asks me, sir, where can I meet? Come to the shop. I'm always there. I've met so many people, right
Yeah.
from an Intel MD also, who
Oh.
was from Belgaum. He said, come and meet me there. To the biggest painters whose paintings are there in the British Royal House also came and met me in the shop itself.
And me too.
Same here.
I also come.
So it is that way. I'm quite
Yeah,
comfortable.
I've seen many people. I've met quite a lot of them. We just come and sit on the stool in front of you, and we have such meaningful discussions there.
Maybe there is.
Place doesn't matter when.
Place doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some restrictions are there, so I'm used to those, and I'm working with them.
So you never felt to start your own channel or an FM or something, scale up a bit more than website.
When the issue here is when you want to scale up,
Yeah,
you have to monetize more.
yeah.
Okay, so when you have to monetize more, your passion project becomes a business. And
Why
when-
not?
No, why not is a different thing. But when it becomes a business, uh, I have no expenses right now. You can assume I don't have any expenses. So, but if I have a studio, if I have a setup, then if I have people working for me, it becomes that I have to give them salary, the rentals, the electricity, the camera stuff, the capital investment. So if that's coming up to say
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 lakhs,
You
more
want
than
to
more.
cover it, and
That
then
first thing would be to cover
Cover
that.
it.
As a businessman, my first thing is 6 lakhs I have to cover. So how to get those 6 lakhs? Then you have to do paid promotions, which I'm against. I don't do paid promotions.
I'm not questioning your decision when I say why not, but I'm feeling that you could reach out to a broader audience, do much more meaningful work. Have you?
That is maybe
Yes, but
after
it
I
answers.
maybe after I retire I will do that.
Will you retire? Shopkeepers never retire.
Maybe let's see. Not sure what is going to happen, but okay. See, whatever is possible for me to do, I'm doing it.
Yeah. One more thing, what very few people know about is your helping. You and Kiran Nipanikar have helped people in numerous ways. Whether it's monetary help, whether it's paying fees, buying laptops, giving medicines, being of help, anything that is within your means, you have gone beyond that and helped.
It's all because of All About Belgaum. I'll give you an example. COVID times. There was a distress call from somewhere in Bagalkot area, but which was in Belgaum district or nearby, maybe in Bagalkot. Not sure about that. That old handicapped family was there, husband and wife. They have no food. What to do? They said, "उनका phone number है, but we are not able to help them. How can we help? Because maybe his sons or cousins somewhere got that information and shared with us." Then I said, "All About Belgaum can do that."
Yeah.
I just called one person who was working on the field, and he said that this is his phone number, this is the area. What can you do? Forget it. It will be
Taken care.
taken care. Within 30 minutes, he sent a photo that all the groceries are reached there.
Okay.
It's nothing but those followers who are there.
Okay.
And I used to be able to ask them. During COVID times, we did many things.
COVID I've seen, yeah.
COVID, we did a lot
Oxygen
things.
cylinders, medicines, food,
Everything.
groceries,
Then
shelter.
reading those notifications.
Yeah.
And
And
making,
even the strays, the animals were taken care, because I think at some point even they were suffering.
yes, they were suffering. Then they wanted food. Then I think Kiran took his hotel staff and cooked food, and they started doing it. Then we made an appeal that if there are some strays there, try and feed them.
Feed them, yeah.
So it was all just happening. Whatever was the demand, we were trying to suffice at that moment, help.
Right.
We cannot help and count what we help. I'm still remember all
But
the
you
blood
can't
donation.
can't even count the blessings that you've got.
I don't want to count them as well. Blood donation requests we get so many times.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm very arrogant. Who is sending me that?
Right.
Is this a parent or somebody else or the family member? And is it really required? Is it a replacement?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to ask, why can't he give? Sometimes platelets are required, that specific group is required, then negatives and O positive. very difficult to get. I normally publish those without asking. But sometimes, why can't you donate?
And get
A family does not. There are 7 people. This happened. I know that 7 persons in the family. Nobody donated, and they wanted somebody else to donate. I said, I'm not publishing.
Yeah.
And everybody was in the age group of under 40.
Healthy.
So I assumed everybody was healthy.
At least some of them.
Then I said, we need 5 units. Then we need for heart surgery. We need more units in stock. So nothing. They just needed 1 unit. Nobody in the family was wanted. Then he called somebody else and he told me, "Kya bahut akad raha hai wo kar." You don't want to donate to your own family, and you expect somebody else to come all the way and give blood.
Yeah.
I said that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Okay, you say whatever you want. The biggest example I give for blood donation is there was one request from Kaylee which we just uploaded.
Yeah.
There was a family going from Kerala to Pune. They were following all about Belgaum for I don't know what reasons. They saw the post, called that number, say that we are en route to Pune. I can stop, donate and go.
Oh my God.
They stopped, they donated at Kaylee and they went to Pune.
Wow.
So I think this is
ऐसा भी होता है.
ऐसा भी होता है. Then I said this is where all about Belgaum was won. I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
Because people believe then what I'm sharing.
Yes.
Even medical expenses and all those requests come. There are people like Mandar Kolhapuri. I assured him that if there is any request, Kiran used to do those.
Kiran and you both of
Then
them
I used to send it to Mandar. See that he used to go visit. Is it really worth
Okay.
giving money? Really, they need that.
Okay.
Then all those things, Kiran and Mandar used to do it on their own. Now Mandar has to do it on his own.
You've got associated with so many organizations, whether it is
Not directly. Everything is indirect.
You
Everything
helped, you facilitated, you pushed, you boosted.
I have pushed everything from Belgaum Art Festival to everything I have pushed.
Yeah.
Because for me, anything that is good that happens to the city has to be told. So we have been telling it.
Right.
So even if tomorrow you say that I want to do a dramatic workshop,
You boosted films as well.
yeah, local people who have been producing maybe any language, right from I have done English producers, Kannada, Marathi.
Yeah.
I have done everything.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it because people, not everybody can become a producer and produce a movie.
Yeah. But we can always help. We can
help.
at least ask people to go and watch. That's a big support.
That is the least I can do, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing that. My penny. That's
You've so far remained so neutral.
You are calling me neutral.
Is that challenging at times?
It is challenging most of the times. But I've stopped reading those comments that are now posted.
Yeah, yeah.
At least a year maybe.
Readers also ignore many times.
I don't read the comments at all. I just see the number of comments now. 20 comments, 30 comments. Oh, that is enough.
Okay.
Anything that is more than 50 comments means people have read that article
It
a
reached
lot
well.
and reached well.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. But it is okay. We have stopped that. Everything what's happening is people want to comment on anything and everything now.
Yeah, behind the scenes, being faceless, having no DP, no name, it's very easy to comment like that,
Yes,
anonymously,
it happens.
behind the wheel. So it's very easy.
Forget it.
What is your next plan?
No plans.
That's the best plan.
That is the best plan. That make no plans. Whatever I've been able to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
The use of AI, videos,
Oh,
whatever.
yes, AI.
So yeah, I've been using AI.
Is it going to be a big challenge?
See, you have to get the basic content first. See, if you have, say, an Instagram channel where you just want to, make any AI videos, it is up to you. But when it comes to news, there has to be some source of validation of that news, and then you have to make that video,
but in this age of deep fake.
Yeah, so even in this deepfake, always I prefer to wait and post it later, and then take
it's okay to miss out rather than.
It's very nice to miss out. Today morning, I was cycling. I was just finishing my 60-kilometer ride, and when I saw that derailment of the wagon, dear military mother,
you were speaking.
So I went live right away there only, maybe I was the first who went live.
Yes, you did.
Then I clicked all those photos and videos, sent it to everyone that was available.
Oh.
Then the others who went later on sent me special pics from the other side. So this is
from the bridge, they saw.
This is how give and take works basically. So I just sent whatever I see. Then there are people who want to help.
We missed out on your cycling.
Okay, we did. Okay.
You have. You told me you have plenty of cycles also at home.
I have not cut them down to 2. I think, which the mine is only 1. The others is of the daughter. I don't use that. Mine is only one. I have a Mantra hybrid.
Why did you start cycling?
I loved cycling till PUC 2. I was going to college on a cycle. So the cycling was there. After that, when the first bike was Sunny, then we went to an Activa. But cycling was there behind my mind. But eventually, had a lot of pressures. So how do you unwind? So I said that let's start cycling. I started cycling 5 years back.
Oh.
5 years ago. So
So
2009.
you've done quite a lot of 100 kilometers.
I did about 62. So
62?
the buddy with I ride has done 150 today. So he rides only 100. He doesn't ride anything less than 100.
That is why then you go and binge eat on all your ice creams
I
and
don't
all
know.
that.
I don't know.
And people feel
I
you
don't
are
know.
just eating there.
Lately, I have not been able to cycle a lot. But today I did a 60 kilometers. 50 is what I normally do. Tuesdays is a bit more.
You've gone to Amboli and back or Kolhapur and back.
Kolhapur I have not done. Amboli I have done. Kittur, Hubli I have done. 200 kilometers also I have done. Then Amboli we have done.
So you practice every day?
Almost I should practice every day. It's not happening, but should happen.
How do you manage? Because then stamina comes into picture.
It happens. I don't mind.
Especially.
See, giving yourself those 2 hours in the morning is more important than anything.
I like that. Giving yourself. That's your me time.
5:30 to 7:30 is what you do and come back and start your day. Finish.
Shop.
Shop is there. 9:30 I'm there at the shop.
Yeah.
So let's share for a story, do the shop course and start again.
Your staff also has been with you for a long
time. We are just stretching along. Let us see.
Good. So we will definitely share this journey with you. Count me in for any new initiatives. I'm so happy. I should thank you for all my initiatives as well. We've done quite a lot of work together and we'll keep doing for all about Belgaum.
Definitely.
Because we love this city.
That is what is important.
We just can't leave this city. Like many of you all, we can't leave this city. So we want this city to flourish.
Yes.
In any way possible, we'll be doing everything for this city, for the love of Belgavi. And thank you so much, Uday. It's been a pleasure knowing you so deep. Bits and pieces we used to hear from you, but I think this
even this is bits and pieces also. No one has been able to know me entirely. Not even myself, maybe. But okay, that's how life is.
You are more than the sum of the parts. I'm sure someday you should write your memoirs. So
I won't be able to write.
That'll be explosive. So thank you. This is a very special episode with Uday Kinjawadekar of All About Belgaum today, featuring on Marvin Talks. I'm sure we are going to have more such interesting profiles in the days to come. Thank you for watching us.